And we close today with rising tensions between the United States and Venezuela. In a dramatic escalation, Venezuelan President Maduro has announced the deployment of 4.5 million militia members across the country. He claims these forces will defend Venezuela against outside threats. This comes after reports that the United States has deployed guided missile destroyers off Venezuelan waters. According to U.S. officials, the move is part of a wider effort to strengthen regional security. At the same time, Washington has increased financial and diplomatic pressure on the Maduro government. Officials have also seized assets abroad linked to Venezuela's leadership. Maduro, however, remains defiant. He says Venezuela's militias are armed, activated, and prepared to march in every city from north to south, east to west. His government has also launched new peace squadrons in Caracas, combining police, military, and community groups to patrol neighborhoods. Relations between Washington and Caracas have been frozen since 2019. The U.S. government does not recognize Maduro as Venezuela's legitimate president, citing concerns over the 2024 election. Opposition leaders inside the country also raised doubts about the results, but the Venezuelan government rejects those claims. Now, what is the significance of these recent developments? What do they reveal about the current state of affairs between the United States and Venezuela? To truly comprehend this, it's crucial to delve deeper into the underlying causes and context surrounding this issue. On one hand, the presence of U.S. warships off the coast of Venezuela has raised concerns about a potential military intervention, or at least support for any internal opposition aiming to remove Maduro from power. The U.S. has a history of regime change operations, particularly in Latin America. However, it's essential to consider the U.S. has strategic interests in the region. The presence of Russian and Chinese vessels off the coast of Venezuela could be seen as a provocation. Maduro's close ties with Russia and China, both strategic rivals of the United States, add another layer of complexity to this situation. From Maduro's perspective, the deployment of militias is likely a response to perceived external threats. It allows him to rally the population against a common enemy and solidify support for his regime. The recent economic sanctions and the seizure of assets linked to Venezuela's leadership have undoubtedly contributed to this narrative of external aggression. By portraying the U.S. as an imperialist power seeking to undermine Venezuelan sovereignty, Maduro can effectively mobilize his base and deflect attention away from internal issues. The announcement of the peace squadrons in Caracas indicates the Venezuelan government's commitment to maintaining control and order within the country. These squadrons, comprising elements of the police, military, and community groups, aim to combat crime and maintain stability. However, they also serve as a reminder of the security apparatus at the government's disposal. In conclusion, while the recent events involving the deployment of militias and warships may appear alarming, they can be understood as part of a broader context of mistrust and hostility between the United States and Venezuela. Both countries have taken actions that contribute to a cycle of tension and the breakdown of diplomatic relations. It's crucial to analyze these events, not in isolation, but within the historical and geopolitical context that has shaped the relationship between these two nations. Understanding the complexities of this issue requires looking beyond headlines and considering the perspectives and interests of all parties involved. Only then can we truly comprehend the underlying causes and work towards finding sustainable solutions to the ongoing crisis in Venezuela.